Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? And welcome to Smarter Teaching with Canva AI. Supercharge creativity and save time. Welcome, everybody. I am here with, I'm just going to go, oops. Okay. Sorry about that. So today, I'm going to present myself. My name is Maggie Dimitri. I'm a Logix Academy facilitator, science educator, and educational technology consultant. I am also located in Montreal. I'm accompanied by my colleague, Katie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Katie. I am also Logix Academy facilitator, and I am an educator and just excited to be here with you. I am located in Big Fork, Montana, down in the United States. So thank you so much for having me. I'm going to kind of be your support, answering any questions you put in the chat, providing links in the chat, and just hanging out and learning from Maggie alongside of all of you. So let's just dive in and have some fun. And I'm just excited. I'm so excited to spend some more time in the Canva AI tool today. So I'm just excited to learn from you. So thank you for bringing me along this journey with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm excited too. Canva is an incredible tool, and we're just going to skim the surface. Honestly, there's so much more. But before all that, it's very, very important to always acknowledge the lands that we are on. So I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are gathered on the national and unceded territory of the Kanegahaka Nation, sorry for the pronunciation, also known as Mohawk. The Kanegahaka is part of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. Sorry about that. And have been the stewards of this land for many generations. We recognize their enduring connection to this land and are grateful for the opportunity to live, learn, and work here. So thank you so, so much. And of course, this is all brought to you by Logix Academy. And Logix Academy provides engaging and comprehensive K-12 computer science education solutions with all our partners that you see here. We thank them all very much for being part of today's workshops. Thanks to Microsoft, who funded, we sincerely thank Microsoft the generous support of this workshop as part of their commitment to fostering a broader understanding of AI. Thanks to them, we are here today making this happen and really showing you all the fun stuff that Canva can do. And I hope you enjoyed your day so far. Anyone in the chat maybe can tell us quickly before we dive in where you're from. Let's start with that. Where are you from?
All right, while we are waiting for that as well, I just wanted to give a shout out. You can see here on the screen is the Digital Skills Compass tool. This is a great way to kind of see where you are in your digital journey, especially with AI. And we'd love to know if you can beat our high score of 36, or excuse me, our average score of 36. So let us know. We would love to hear if you are going to jump in and try that. But we're just so glad to have you here. And if you're watching this after it's no longer live, that's okay too. Go check it out and feel free to add to the chat as well.
That's really cool. I didn't try it yet. I'm going to try it myself. This actually, you just reminded me of something. I went really quickly in the beginning of the presentation. We have here the site here. It brings you, it's a bit.ly that brings you directly to this presentation. So if you'd like to see it later, even after today's presentation, please take note of this link. So bit.ly.
Yep. And I also put it in the chat for all of you as well.
Thank you. Yes, so that's cool this way, because it is very quick. Usually we can do long time talk about Canva. An hour is really just skimming the. So I will try to talk about those three things: the magic design, magic write, and magic edit. And we'll give you a bit of time to play around a little bit with the features. But please feel free to open a second tab and try the things as I talk about them. Provided that you have the canva.com, you have the latest version with all the new bells and whistles of AI. If not, I believe there is a free 30-day trial. So hopefully everybody here has access to the latest stuff. Yeah. So shall we get started?
Yeah,
So,
let's dive in. I'm excited to explore the Canva AI tool. I've only played with it a little bit, so I want to learn about more new features of it.
right. So definitely, like, remember, keep in mind, we said that today is about smarter teaching with Canva AI. So I'm going to try to keep that in mind as I show you things. So I figured the first thing we should talk about is magic design, because from that, we'll then do the magic right and so on. So real quick, I'll show you and then I'll get you to play with it. So in the home page, as you're in the home page, you will get a box that says Canva AI, right, like a big white box, and right above, you have the new button that says Canva AI. Okay, and right away you see that, and you have templates and you have designs. And once you're in there, you could describe your idea and then click design for me. So what does that mean? You can literally write a detailed prompt. For example, I would like a presentation about the beach. I don't know. and then and it will create a presentation that you can then modify yourself and add your own 2 cents. Let me see. Yeah, right here. So, and you can even add your own media. So if you have a picture, for example, that you wanted to include, you can add that as well by pressing on the plus button right there. Okay. So let's see where we're at. Yeah. So that's it. So I'm going to go back to home, Canva, and there's a button that says Canva AI. And you're going to type in presentation, for example, about the beach. Design for me. And there you go. I'll give you a minute to play with this while I just charge my computer. I'll be right back. Okay, that wasn't too long. Okay. Katie, how are we doing?
We are doing great. I have just kind of clicked in there and trying to get started with it. Like I think hopefully our audience as well. I think that what I just love to kind of just get started with it is that it's right there on that home screen. It makes it super easy to find. This isn't like a tool you have to go dig for. Like Canva AI is right there for you.
Exactly. Okay. A little bit technical difficulty. Please give me a second. Okay. All right. Okay. All good. So, what did I have here? Let's see. Can you still see me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, everybody. So look at that. It gave me, it said, okay, give me a moment while I put together a beach theme presentation for you. Yes, welcome to the beach. So obviously I didn't put much, like the prompt should be a lot more detailed, of course. So, but if that's what you want and you're okay with just a short little blurb, that's fine too. Okay? That's good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this new presentation, and then it always gives you a preview. And because I didn't give much details, not many details, it didn't do much except create this presentation, which is fine. And you can go ahead and click use the Canva editor, and this is where you can literally go in and you can modify it, of course, as you wish. And this is just with a very short prompt. So imagine if you had added a lot more details, what would that give you? So it's really interesting that way. Okay, so I hope you all designed something, and I'll have you stay in your design, because what I'll show you is you will be able to continue within your design. So I don't want you to get out of it. Okay? I'm going to just go back to my presentation so that I don't forget any details, but I want you to stay in yours. Okay. So yeah, that we did already. Magic, right? So the interesting part, and this is where the smart teaching comes in, is to generate stories. So you, in the prompt, that's another thing you can add. You can say, create a presentation that is a short, includes a short story, and there you can edit all the text. Okay? But even if you didn't do that, you can do that right here. So in the Magic Write that I'll show you in just a second, this is where you can add your prompt, this little box that you see here. And then you can even modify it right here by creating, guess what, a quiz. Yes, you can actually generate a quiz directly from a story that AI created. So this is really like on another level. It's really incredible that way. And the quiz, however, here it's right here. If you create the quiz, it will look like that. And for the kids to answer, you have to share it. If you see my button here, the share button, you'd have to share it. And the kids have to maybe share it with by email, or you see here with Google Classroom, you could do that as well, or copy the link and send to them by Google Classroom, or whichever platform you use. It's not like there is like in Kahoot with a code or QR. I don't think they're there yet, but Canva does listen to their people. So if it's something we would add in the future, imagine it would be a lot easier to share quizzes with kids. But nonetheless, it can be even just a quiz that you ask generally in the class. You don't have to have necessarily access to it. Any questions?
Nope, not as of now. We're doing great.
Great. Did anybody answer in the chat? How many? Where are you from?
No, we have people just kind of hanging out and I think learning with us. If you want to pop in there now and share us where you're from, that's great too. I just wanted to take a quick moment and just share a little bit. I'm creating alongside of all of you as we're all learning together. And I just asked it to create a third grade multiplication presentation introducing the concept. And I am looking at the slide deck that it created, and it's really cool. So feel free to kind of challenge it a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you know you have a concept you're teaching soon and you wanted to help you get started with that, because obviously I'm going to go in and customize mine, feel free to try that and do it with us and let us know in the chat how it's going for you.
Yeah, if you created anything, I'm curious to know, Katie, what have people created? Is it a presentation? Is it
Absolutely
video? Let us know. Yeah. Okay. Well, you let me know if somebody mentions anything. So once you're in, if I go back to the options for text, Magic Write. So we said it can generate a quiz based on a story that it created. Or obviously, if you create your own and you put it in, it will create a quiz as well. You can continue transforming the text, as you can see here, by adapting it to your students. If you know you have students that have certain learning disabilities, or you want to maybe change the reading level, you can do that as well. What I love to do here is add vocabulary words. So if you are learning specific vocabulary words in your classroom, it's like a list of words. You can add it here. You can say, generate the story using those words. So then it will really recreate the story with the words. So at least it's in context. The kids read the story. You can do a dictée, like that's my French coming in there, coming from Montreal. A spelling test. There you go. And it'll be related to the vocabulary words.
I love that idea of tying in words that they're already doing. So that's fantastic. I never even thought of that, to have like tell AI, like create this using kind of like this word bank or vocabulary terms. I love that idea.
Yeah, it's really great. Again, I'll demonstrate it in a second. I just wanted to make sure I get all the points. So we can create that. And this part, I believe, was already there, like making it more fun, more formal, sprinkle some fairy dust, some magical words. Change the voice means more like making it formal or less formal, basically changing the tone. But the one that I'm particularly interested in is this one, the Generate AI voice. And my friends, you can actually create an audiobook using this AI voice feature. It's really like mind-boggling what it can do. So let me just go ahead and create a new page here. I'll erase it after. And I'll go to text, magic write, and I'll type in, you know what? Give me ideas, Katie.
Let's see. So you want it to like write a story.
Let's do grade 1 level. What's the theme? Tell me a theme. Or you can tell me a theme, or people at home
Yeah.
can tell us a
How
theme.
about the theme could be like jobs in your community, like learning about those different jobs in the community, what they do.
Community. Use the following. There we go. Use the following vocabulary list. So, carpenter. What else?
Fireman, policeman.
Ooh, fireman. Police.
Let's see what else. And forgive me, I'm from the United States if your words are slightly different in Canada than what we use
That's
here.
true.
But your mailman, people who deliver your mail.
Okay, that's good enough. Generate. Write a story. Once upon a time, there was a little town with many helpers. In the town, there was a carpenter named Mr. Wood. What a coincidence. He made tables and chairs, but you get the idea. Next door, there was a fireman, etc. Mr. Blaze. I love it.
I love the theme with the names.
It's cool. So you could either, you know what? I love it. I'm going to keep it. In this case, you would write insert. Or you go more like this. It'll generate even more, a bit like the other AIs, the tools that we have out there. But you know what? I want you to make it shorter. I don't know. For example, just 4 sentences. For example. There you go. Good. So I'm going to insert this. Ooh. And once I have this is where the magic happens, is that little pencil here with a star and the generate quiz. Let's see what that does. Who is responsible for driving the big red truck in the town? That's nice. So what do you think, Katie?
I love it. I think that's so great because not only does it create something that I can use right away with my students, but then it allows that check for understanding all in one place. Like, I absolutely love that. And you created that relatively quickly. I mean, I think one of the biggest things that I love about these new Canva tools, especially Canva AI, is how much time it can save you. And as educators, we never have enough time, right?
Exactly. So, and so you see, I clicked correct. So if, let's say you want to share this with the students, and of course, if they're grade 1, might be a little difficult. This is where you click share. And like I said earlier, copy the link or send it on Google Classroom. Haven't done any other like ways of doing that. And if you want to add more, you could go in elements and you scroll down. And you'll find, here it is, polls and quizzes. There we are. So if, say, you want to add more questions like these, you can click here and add your own again.
Mm-hmm. And also, there's nothing saying that you can't put this into your presentation and not even share it with your students. That is just another part where you pull it up and you have like a discussion live with your students. Like, this is the question. I'm going to, I want you all to think, and now you're going to raise your hand or however you do it in your classroom. Sometimes when I'm creating these, I just do it like that, where I know we're going to do a whole group, but it's like built for me and I don't have to think of a question on the spot.
Exactly. But if you do share it, though, look how what's interesting now is that you could you can see how many responded over here. So you get like instant feedback, which is the cool part. How many in total, correct, etc. Really timestamp. So if you're giving this as an assignment, for example, that would be interesting, because then you have the timestamp. When did the kids do it? When did they do the assignment? And you can even view the response. And now that we have in the new Canva 2.0, link to sheet. which we didn't have
Right.
before. So
Yeah.
that's a whole
And
other ball game for a different time.
yeah, you could absolutely do that. You could build this as like an independent activity or like a
Yeah.
station rotation where they go to one station in the classroom and there's this activity where they do reading and then they have some comprehension questions, and it can be done completely independently because like you just showed, it tracks and then it gives you the teacher the feedback. So
Yeah.
that's a great idea. I love that idea. I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it, that you could have them do it completely independently.
Yeah, you can give it as an assignment. So
Hmm.
you
I
see
love
here,
that.
I clicked on edit to edit that particular question that the AI generated. And this is where you can like completely change the question, add more comments, change the order, whatever you want, add options, footer. I haven't tried that. Hello. I don't know what that does. Oh, it's the click here, submit. Yeah, of course. It's the button. There you go. Yeah, duh. There you go. Okay. But it's not over yet. What I was going to show here is one of my favorite. I'm going to do on purpose. I'm going to put some mistakes. Okay. So once upon a time with two P's. I don't know. Carpenter with two P's, for example. And I'm going to go in magic right. And I'm going to say fix spelling. So once upon a time, yes, it fixed the P, and it fixed the P here for carpenter and replace. So if your students have access to this, they can verify their mistakes before submitting their assignments. I wanted to try this sprinkle fairy dust. Once upon a time, in a quaint little town, there a little carpenter named Mr. Wood, who crafted homes for all. Next door, a valiant fireman. Ooh, okay, but that's too advanced for our kids. Grade one saying. And the
But you
last,
know what, that
yeah,
that kind of reminded me of, if you have a basic one and maybe you have students that you want to provide a challenge for,
I
that
love
could be a good like challenge piece.
that's a really good idea. And this one, last but not least, definitely not least, is generally generate the AI voice. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the sound. We'll try it now. So with the AI voice, I'll be honest, I even tried it for a project I had. I was really sick 2 weeks ago. I lost my voice and I needed to create a video, like a presentation that I was going to submit to a teacher. And well, I said, you know what? Let me use AI. I'm going to do all my explanation on AI and let Lisa say it for me. And it went super well. It generated a video with all the words, all the things I wanted to explain. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. So that's the story we just generated. You can choose the voice. Imagine that, like all these different languages. So if you're writing in the language itself and you wanted to read in that language, you could. Um, so I'm going to stay, let's say, with the English United States. There's English United Kingdom, you name it. And then you can choose Lisa. Do you hear it? I don't know if it's sharing
Mm-mm.
the sound.
You'd have to share the tab, I believe.
Ah, okay. And there's the Ralph as well. With the voice. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, if you're trying this on your own device, feel free to see if you can get something to generate and maybe just have a shorter piece of text if you
Right.
want to try just the first sentence.
Exactly. So actually, yeah, why don't we do that? I'll give you guys a minute to try and generate a text. Here, I'll
And
skip.
if you do, let us know what you think. Did you try different languages or try Lisa versus Ralph? We'd love to know what you think.
Yeah, so generate a text for your story with the theme that you would like. Modify it to include certain words. Check for the spelling. Generate a question and add the AI voice. So I'll give you a minute. And well,
Absolutely.
I want to.
Try it out. This is fun.
I know it's really fun. I want to try a different language.
Yeah, that's fun.
Translate. Translate the text. Which language do we want? French? Oops. French. How are we doing on time?
We're doing great. We're 25 minutes into our session, so we still have about 35 minutes left. Plenty of time.
Great, great, great. So translate just this text. And I do not want to duplicate. Let's see what it does. Et voilà, c'est bien ça. Okay. Now, I want to generate the voice. Generate. Puis là, on va dire le français, Canada. Catherine. Here, I'm gonna share my sound. Let me see if I can. So stop the screen for a second. Katie. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Oh, I have to share the tab. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That won't work. That won't work for me now, unfortunately, unless you share it on your side. Yeah.
I think that's okay. We'll just let people try that out because we've seen the steps.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
Remember, if you have any questions, please let us know. Hopefully you're in there and you're using the magic right to get creative, whether you're writing a story or something else that you wanted to create that you're going to be using soon. We'd love to hear how it's going for you. These different options are so neat that she's been showing us, whether you have it, translate it, add a voice to it, have it kind of make it prettier, as it said.
Yeah.
So lots of great things. I think my favorite, though, that you've shown so far definitely is the quiz, because I always struggled with coming up with questions on the spot, and I feel like that helps me kind of prep them ahead of time and then be able to gather that feedback and document it is super powerful.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm going to try one thing before I move on because I really wanted people to hear it if possible. I'm going to... Okay. I am going to share a tab, as you said. No. It's not, I don't have the option. I don't know why.
Oh, we just had someone in the chat share that they just tried it out and that the French Canadian voices were great. They're also saying it would be wonderful to have a child's voice as an AI voice, particularly if we are writing stories at an elementary school level. That is such a great idea. I'm sorry, your username is a bunch of letters, so otherwise I would call you by your name, but I'm not sure what your name is. But thank you so much for sharing that. I absolutely think that is such a great thought and idea. Yeah. And I don't mean to step on your toes, Maggie, but I did want to mention, if you have feedback like that for Canva, I just want to shout out that when whatever Canva page you're on, if you go to the bottom right corner and click on the question mark, it's kind of like a Canva help tool. And there's a place where you can say request a feature, and you can put this request in there. And I will say that they do listen to the educators and to anybody that requests things. It may not happen tomorrow, but they do listen to it, and they do really take that into account. So definitely give them that feedback, because I absolutely love that request.
Right. Here, let's try it. I managed to put it on the correct tab. Do you see the screen?
Yes.
Perfect. French Canada, and I have more people. Do you have more people on your side? That's so funny. I have more people now got added. C'est a different
wonderful.
example. Julie.
Il était une fois, dans une petite ville, un
You hear the
charpentier
sound?
nommé Monsieur.
You heard it?
Yes, we did hear it.
Now you hear it.
Il était une fois, dans une petite ville, un charpentier nommé Monsieur.
Wow. You know what? I'm curious if it will read.
I think it changes the people based on the language you select.
Il était une fois, dans une petite ville, un charpentier nommé M.
With
That's
an
funny.
accent. Okay, I know I can play with this for a while. Wait.
Elle était une fois dans une petite ville.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we're playing a lot here. This is cool.
Hey, that's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, I love Canva. I'm a huge fan. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I know I'm going fast, but I really, really want to show you all of this. So there, even though this is not AI, it is an app. I don't know if people know, but I always highly, highly recommend this additional app in Canva. So this app is called Activities Maker. Like the word says it, you literally create in seconds, and I'm not joking, seconds, activities, crosswords, word searches, mazes, and with answers. Do you believe that? I'm just floored. When I
That's
show
awesome.
it,
So helpful.
So how? When you go on the side, you have to find the apps right here. Hello. And then you type in Activities Maker. There it is. Oop. And it's the first one that appears. And it says open. And voila. So now it says you want to enter your words manually or upload a file. So if you have a file that you want to upload, like Excel or Word, but it has to be a word list that's one after the other. Crossword, you can change, modify so much to it. Word search settings, you can change the settings of the word search. For your kids, if you have younger students that you don't want it to be left to right, right to left. You can modify so many parameters. Diagonal, I don't want any diagonal. They're going to get confused. I don't want bottom to top, just top to bottom, left to right. And because they're younger, I'll make it simpler for them. I want it to be like the minimum possible number of rows, 888. And look at that. I want my answers to be highlighted in yellow. I want the grid lines. Select characters for empty cells. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, apply. And you know those words we talked about earlier? So we had carpenter. One word per line. Yes, sure. I'm going to do that. Carpenter, teacher. What was the other one again?
Fireman.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Blaze. Policeman. Mailman.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what that does. And then you can do a crossword too and a maze. Generate. Oh, look how fast that. Look, I didn't even notice like how fast it was. Incredible. Let me just plug that somewhere else because it's in the way. There you go. Wait a second. I move you here. All right. So they all like superposed, but here are my answers. Here's the word. Here are the words. Where's the rest of the list? Is it down there somewhere? B is too big. It won't fit. That's weird. Oh. Let's see. Oh, it didn't take them all. That's strange. Oh, is it because I had a limit? Maybe I had a limit. Yeah. Maybe the
Oh, yes, because you changed the size.
Yeah.
So that's something to know. If you have quite a few words, make sure you keep that in mind for the size.
So the number of words is fine. It's the rows, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably the rows and the columns you needed to have in order to actually make it work. That probably.
The words are true. The word carpenter is how many letters? I don't know. Something to work. Of course, it's usually works pretty well. I don't know why. What's going on? Is it the parameters? But nonetheless, it's something to play with. I'm always floored by this. It could be just the parameters and I'm doing it quickly. But if you want to generate, now that's what I talk about, efficient teaching and creating activities, lessons, and whatnot for your students in no time. What do you think? Incredible.
I think it's great. I think it's super helpful. Like you said, being quick and easy. That I think every teacher needs in their life. So I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm just I'm doing it quickly, so there's something with the parameters that I need to work on. But even here, like if you have, let's say, vocabulary, whereas you're teaching kids their definitions, that sort of thing, you could put it in here. Okay, so like the first word, teacher, first clue, works in a school, for example. That's the clue. Second word, fireman. And then puts out fires, for example. Oops. Let me go back to this page. Let's see what that does. Oh. There you go. Yeah. And if you're doing it in different languages, obviously all this can be done in French, Spanish, whatnot. But you see, that's incredible. All right, next. Features, again, that are not AI, but it's part of the new Canva AI, Canva revolution, is this handy-dandy advanced formatting for text. Finally, Canva has, and you see you have it right here, this little button here next to the spacing for text position. Finally, we can do superscripts and subscripts, which we couldn't do. We had to get just a letter or a number 2 and bring it and slide it next to the word. And every time you edit the word, you have to slide the number 2. It was really, really complicated. But now this really really helps with editing a text like this. So
helpful.
Here, superscript, subscript, whichever. Yeah. The other thing now is it's an interesting feature. I haven't played enough with it, but it's like this one here, the kerning and the ligatures. So it just gives you an additional definition to your letter and spacing. Ligatures as well, combine specific characters elegantly. So if you can look at the text here, I'm going to try turning on kerning. What does that do? It didn't change much, did it?
I don't think so.
With there is another font. It showed a bit more. Well, let's try this one. So it really depends on your font. So typography, kerning. Anything happen here? Ligatures. Oh, you see right here. So it gave like a little bit of a cute little twist here. You see the C and the K?
Yeah.
There are some letters. Maybe it was very small difference. The spacing is a little more adjusted. But the best part for this is the this part, the general superscript and subscript.
Yeah, I love that.
And now we're on Magic Edit. So you remember the story we created earlier? You can actually use it and put it in the prompt, and I'll show you in a second, to generate an image. So this is a bit what I did with this. It was a text about the beach, a boy and a girl, and this is what it generated. You can choose to generate an image or a photo, and all that through the button Edit. And you only see the button Edit only appears when you click on just like what I did here. When I get out, you see now it's no longer there. It's whatever you clicked. Now the toolbar appears here for this particular image. So if I want to edit this image, click on Edit. And now we have some interesting things like the background generator. So I want a different background from this one. Click on Background Generator. Oh, let's see. I can try my different... I'll go on a different account if you like.
Just make sure that you go back to sharing your window then, because we're on a specific tab.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Okay, you just open it. So in the meantime, you could find an interesting image or prompt, just anything. Just choose an image of your own. And let me just get down. And there you go. Anyway, it was for the sound, so we're good now. We'll go back to this one. And there we go. Okay. And here we are. We see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So remember this story right here. I'm going to take it, copy it. Oops. And here, let me go back to the page we just had already, right there. Just open up another one. And I copied it, right? So I'm going to go to Magic Media. And if you don't have Magic Media, you can just literally just go to Elements, and you go down to AI Image Generator. You click Generate Your Own, and you can paste the image, the text that we just did. Oh, mine is in French. I don't think it's a problem. Tiens, on va écrire la sécurité. La sécurité. Oh, and there's a maximum. Cannot write endless texts. There's a maximum. And I want the style to be filmic or high flash, whichever you want, vibrant. Let's go with filmic. Generate image. Oh, so it talks about Mr. Blaze. There's Mr. Blaze. Interesting. Let's see. How does Mr. Blaze look like? You know, from far, it looks pretty good. AI has gone much better, especially Canva is getting better and better at doing images of humans. So let's see. Yeah, you see, if you really get close, it's kind of a scary looking person. Mr. Blaze looks a little scary. But from far away, it's good. It does the job, right?
Yeah.
Definitely gotta with AI images, it's getting better and better. Even less and less biases. Like if I look at this picture here, what do I have? They're all men. Okay, well, there are other times where if you type in, for example, politician, it should give you different colored people, different genders. So slowly but surely, the biases are getting better and better. So if I click on this and press edit, let's try a different background. I want the background to be, let's go crazy. The background is a beach, a fireman at the beach. So it's going to go and look for the background, and actually we'll try and decipher between the foreground and the background. So in this case, I'm assuming the background is houses, the trees. I don't know if the truck would go into that. It's kind of analyzing the image right now. Let's see. Oh, that's good.
There you go.
Mr. Blaze is on vacation.
That's funny.
He left his truck at home. That's good.
Yeah.
Wow, Mr. Blaze. However, you know what? I like this. It's really cool, but I want to edit further. So I'm going to go press edit again. And what's new now with the Canva is that you can change the temperature of the image. But what's more interesting is this. I'm going to recognize the foreground, which is Mr. Blaze, I'm assuming. Yes, right there. And I want to change just Mr. Blaze. You see the change of temperature of Mr. Blaze?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Color edit, no, you see it's taking the original, so this doesn't count, but sometimes it'll recognize. This is a hit or miss, I find. It hasn't been 100% for me yet. It goes and looks for the image, the colors of the image, and then you can change the colors of that image. So because Mr. Blaze is part of the original image, that's what it's showing. So let's see. The brown, you see now he can be green or yellow or blue. What's red? Maybe he's changed the color of his shirt. No, it still gives like a hue. Oh, maybe he's wearing pink. Yeah. So there's some little editing things you could do. It really depends a lot on the image that you're providing. It cannot do miracles still, but it's still better than what it's been. Like you can, what's cool is I want to change the background. And I want it to be, I don't know, Mr. Blaze went to the beach in the year 1700. So the background is going to be in black and white, for example. If we get there. Come on. Let's go. Do-do-do. Yeah. Oh, see that? So Mr. Blaze stays the same, and I can change the whites. Here it is. This is too bright. I believe it's the blacks. Okay. Playing around with it. Yeah, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but I think everybody... Oh, there it is. Saturation. And now it's a black and white image of Mr. Blaze in the 1700s on the beach. There it is. Not bad, eh?
Yeah.
If that's something you need. Like, so for teaching, if you want to use the same characters, so for example, I'm going to be using... I'm generating something easy like apple pie. Or no, you know what? Better yet, a fruit. Apples, just simple. And I want this apples. I can look for here info in apples. I press the 3 dots, info. And I can see more like this. What else can I have? I have all these images to choose from. Let's say I take this tree. Oh. Oops. Okay, let me erase Mr. Blaze. Sorry, buddy. Okay. And I want to edit. There are some features again. Oh, there we are. The green, let's see. Oh, yeah, and there's some changes you could do. It's not bad. What do you think, Katie?
I think it's great. It allows for some nice customizations. You can get really creative. You can make it match things that you've already introduced. So I think it allows for a lot of option and how, particular you want to get. But I love that you can have it build things and just get things in there quickly and then customize, which is nice.
Yeah, there is one thing I didn't mention in the slides. It just popped in my head now. When I go back to the home page, we have something called Photo Editor. Photo Editor is even more advanced than the editing that's in your presentation. So I'll show you just for a second. Photo Editor. You see that? You have extra things in here that don't appear in the other, in the regular editor. So like, for example, this one, the perspective correction, that one's interesting. So just quickly, what I did was I went back to the home page. When you're in your existing project, the 3 lines, you click, you go back to Canva and Photo Editor. And you can edit your photo even further. So with perspective correction, for example. And you see, we had this earlier. So I'm going to click that one. And now I can do a bit more than just edit the colors. So I can do like advance it like vertically. Sometimes you have an image where I want the object to be tilted in a certain way. So this is where you would do it through Photo Editor.
Nice.
You can rotate.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then once you press done, now it's saved, and you can use it now back in your original, what we were using earlier. And even compare it too. Yeah.
Nice.
What else? So these are additional things that you don't have. So magic, this we had already, but it's the background remover that we had already. Generator, auto select, and especially this one, the perspective correction that you don't have.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, I'll go back to my presentation. Okay. And I believe, yeah, we have 10 minutes to show you one last thing. I think we're done that already. With that, yeah. It's I have noticed, however, that photos actually are better, offer more options for editing. So if you wanted to design something and you want it to be a photo instead. So let me see if I still have it in my, yes, it's still there. This one, instead of an image, I want a photo. Which one would that be? There it is, photo. Generate. And I'll open a new one. Or I'll just use this and erase that. And it will generate a photo. We had already a photo, but because it's a little bit more information, things you could do rather than an image.
Ooh, we just had a great question come through. They're asking,
Yes.
is it possible to take a black and white line art drawing and add color to it? For example, use a paint bucket to kind of fill sections of
I
a
love
black and white drawing.
that. Okay, let's try it.
Great
So
question.
is the question is, I'll bounce back the question. Is the image generated with AI?
That's a good question. I'm assuming that maybe they're meaning that they already have it, but I don't know.
Okay, wait. I need to find one. I believe you can, yes, with sections. Let's try it right now. How would I write this now? Black and white coloring. Let's do that.
Maybe like a line drawing. Oh, there you go. There's options.
Okay, let me erase that one. We'll go with this easier one just for the sake of it. And I'm going to try. This is a very good question. First time I try this. Using the photo editor will turn your graphic into an image and enable all tools. Use the photo editor. So turn it into a photo. Otherwise, it doesn't let me.
Okay, so now
Let's do, hold on. Let me see.
I
Edit.
think there you go.
Okay.
I think you did by clicking on it.
Okay. Brush size.
Oh, ooh, look at that go. And so nice. And you could
Try it.
brush it.
Could be very long. So I'm going to try different things. This is one thing I'll try.
Yeah. What I probably would do is zoom in a lot more using the toggle on the bottom if you really wanted to get into the detail of it.
We can also select, and I'm going to try this first and see what that does. Adjust.
Interesting, though. I think it's cool that you can just grab a paintbrush, though, basically, and go right over the top of it.
How about just click? Click the area on the image to adjust. No elements selected. I am trying to select using brush. Okay. Oh, okay. Because it is not as easy when it's an image like that. You know what I feel like doing? I want to try something. If we have time, I can. Okay, let me try to do something. A little loophole shape. I'm gonna get a shape. I'm gonna put voyons, shape, and I'm gonna just for the fun of it put a white shape. You know, and superpose it on top. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean. And I'm not sure if that will do anything. Background. And now, like, I want to turn it into, This needs to be white, not transparent. Do you know what I mean? This whole back part here. So I want to see if that makes a difference. Control A, group. And let's see if I can edit that. Click. No, the other thing, I think I have another idea if that doesn't work. Like that. Okay. Magic grab. Let's try that instead. And instead, I want this. No, it's not doing it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
These are good things to test out, though. So we're so glad you asked that question.
Yeah, and if I would get his or her email, I definitely can play around with it more and come up with a solution, because I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with the fact that it's a graphic, like an image rather than a photo. So photos are better at editing than images. But please send us an email, because now it's gonna play in my head, and I want to help you out. If that's
all
okay.
Right. Well,
great.
Yeah. I hate to cut this short, but we got to start wrapping up here.
Okay. Last little thing. Last but not least, definitely the newest thing that you can add now is, let's say after you created your short story, you can actually embed other types of creations right there within your Canva. And that you can find it all the way at the end of the slides. There's a little plus button. And right next to the plus button, there's a little arrow. And now you can add docs within your presentation. See that? So now it'll take the shape. If you can tell, it went from this rectangular to a doc. I can add a video right there, and in mobile, let's say. So it's all in one place. You wouldn't have to get out completely of Canva, of your presentation. You can put it all in there. And let's say that video is somewhere in previous projects, then you can add it here, like in here. These are other projects I had from before. So I want to add the video in here. There it is.
That's great.
All within the same presentation. Isn't that crazy?
It's amazing.
So one-stop shop, being efficient.
Yes. Absolutely. So I'm just going to kind of pop up really quick and just give a quick shout out that Logix is running an end of the year EdTech extravaganza. And what that is we're providing a whole series of free PD and co-taught lessons for teachers. PD is just like what you're experiencing here, for you as a teacher to come and receive free professional development. Co-taught lessons are where you come with your students to work with one of our amazing facilitators, and they run an online lesson for you. And we have it in a series of many different amazing tools and programs. So if you go to the link, and I'm going to put it right in the chat right now for you, you can go there and you can see what the options are, and you can sign up. And even if you can't join live, you'll get the link to watch it after as well. So please feel free to join us. And then the final thing is, can you please take a few moments and give us some feedback? It's not only important to let us know how we did, but it lets our funding partners, the people who have brought us here today, know how we did as well. So if you could please go and do that for us, we'd greatly appreciate it. And if you need any extra support, please feel free to reach out to events@logixacademy.com. We are happy to connect with you after our sessions are over today and provide any support that you need as well. And thank you so much to our amazing presenter. This was so great. It was so much fun diving into these new tools and creating, and you guys were sharing your ideas with us. So that was super fun. I would never have thought of that. So thank you so much for engaging with us. And this was just such a fun session. We hope that you have a wonderful day. And know that if you weren't able to make a session earlier, know that you can come back to the link that was sent to you, and you can watch any of these after they are no longer live at any time. So feel free to go check out any of those other sessions, because today we have shared so many great tools and resources with you. And we just want to say thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you so much for joining us.